I was nervous if we were going to get in. It's a long wait, but really excited about the opportunity. Really happy for our players to get to experience that moment. It's certainly about the games now moving forward, but Selection Sunday is a special night, and seeing your name called is a special moment. So now the work begins. I'm thrilled that we're in Indianapolis, very close to home for us. Hope we'll have a lot of the Racer Nation make the trip to Indianapolis this weekend. And great respect for the program at San Francisco. Really good basketball team. Every analytic site that you would look at, they're a no-brainer top 25 team in America. And so we'll need to prepare accordingly this week. And for us, it's a one-game tournament. Our goal is to get better this week and go 1-0 on Thursday. And that's all from a basketball standpoint we'll be focused on.
All right, we'll open it up to questions then. You're happy you're playing Thursday?
Well, I think so. I mean, I know it's just one day's difference, but having not played since last Saturday, I think our guys are tired of hearing me yell in practice, and they're ready to play games again. And so certainly a quicker turnaround, but it's March Madness. What else could you ask for? We'll be ready to go.
I know you mentioned, of course, with the mindset of the one-game tournament. Do you have any thoughts just about the prospect of playing the matchup of Murray State, Kentucky for the first time ever?
Absolutely no thoughts of that. It's a one-game tournament for us. Obviously, great respect for Coach Cal and the Kentucky program and the tradition and all those great things. But if you don't win on Thursday, there is no matchup. So it's a waste of time to worry about hypotheticals and other scenarios. Our focus will be on getting our team better. It's also our last week before spring break here at Murray State. So our guys have some things they need to get accomplished and responsibilities that need to be handled in the classroom. And then getting all our game plan in, handling all the logistics of getting to Indianapolis, and being prepared for a really, really good San Francisco team.
From an experience perspective, not just the guys that have already been there before to the tournament, but the guys maybe that haven't, younger, how specifically does that help your team, and how can the older guys talking through the younger guys who haven't been there, how does that help too?
Well, I would expect it to be like it has been really since the summer, where we have two players in KJ Williams and Tevin Brown who've won a lot of games, won a lot of championships, have won a game in the NCAA tournament, have performed at a really high level in the NCAA tournament. Those two guys scored 35 points in our first round win back in 2019. I expect them to show great leadership toward our other players who may or may not have played in that tournament. But at the end of the day, all the hype and March Madness, all that's great. Whoever plays the best for those 40 minutes on Thursday is what's going to matter the most. And so we'll keep our focus there. And I want our guys to have a lot of fun too. I mean, you can do both. We're happy as can be to be in the tournament. We're going to enjoy every second of it. But we're going to work like crazy to make sure we're prepared and ready to go on Thursday.
Coach, you guys have played a basically Thursday-Saturday schedule all season, at least in conference play. Do you think that might play a bit of an advantage for you guys?
Well, for us, we'll just approach it like we do the OVC tournament. We just prepare for it like it's a normal game on Thursday. That's all we'll be focused on. And then once that final buzzer goes off Thursday night or afternoon, whenever it is, hopefully we can be victorious, and then we would start worrying and getting our preparation set for Saturday. But for us, it's a one-game tournament. That's all our focus will be on Thursday.
How are you guys health-wise right now? I know you're a little beat up coming out of Evansville.
The week off was good for us in that regard. You're trying to find this delicate balance throughout the week, Jeff, of we want to stay in great game condition. We want to stay sharp offensively and defensively. But ultimately, we want to arrive at the NCAA tournament 100% healthy. And Tevin took a few extra days, but he's looked great in practice this week. Jordan Skipper Brown, who had missed the last month of the season, is continuing to benefit from more and more reps, working on getting his conditioning better. And otherwise, I expect us to be full go on Thursday.
It's very very early, obviously, just from your basketball watching. For people that don't know anything about San Francisco, aside from maybe analytics and numbers, what can Murray fans expect to see on Thursday from them?
By the numbers, pretty similar team to Murray State. Elite defensive team. I mean, terrific defensively. One of the best teams in the country defending the three. They've been a dominant rebounding team this season, both ends of the court. Offensively, they score in high numbers. They've got great talent. They have a great offensive system that'll be very difficult to prepare for. So they're a legit top 25 team. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to getting ready and getting our team prepared to go on Thursday.
Coach, through the course of this season, through all the wins, all the rankings, all the ups and downs, it's been building to this point. Obviously, now the tournament is set. From your mindset, how nice is it to now the matchup is set for the tournament, you guys get to just go play and compete, and there's no more thought of, I don't know, what our seed's going to be, how's the committee going to do this, it's done, let's go play.
I mean, it should be fun. I mean, this is why you come to Murray State. As I tell our players all the time, this is why they arrived on campus on May 31st this summer and put in the work ever since to get an opportunity of a lifetime like this. I mean, every player is probably different. For me, I grew up watching the NCAA tournament, trying to find a different reason to miss school so I could stay home and watch. When I was a player, it was always a dream of mine to get to play in the NCAA tournament, and was fortunate to get to do that my senior year. And now having coached in it, I mean, it's the best sporting event in the world. There's a reason CBS pays over $1 billion a year to broadcast it. So I think that's the key. I talked about it all year. You got to enjoy the journey. It should be a lot of fun. But as a team, individually and collectively as a group, we have to remember why we're here and stay committed to the hard work, the discipline, the unselfishness, and I could go on down the list that leads to winning, that winning requires, quite frankly. And so I think our players have shown great maturity in those areas all year. I expect them to do the same this week.
You were talking a little bit about it up on stage, but how significant do you think that the fact that, the team is going to Indy for its location and the fact of, game fans there giving more of a home game environment for the team out later this week?
Well, I really think it makes a big impact. I think you've seen that 3 of the last 5 years in Evansville at the OVC tournament, the incredible fan support we've had there. It's an easy trip from Murray to Indianapolis, Paducah to Indianapolis, Benton to Indianapolis. I can go down the line. It's an easy trip. We've got a lot of our alumni, St. Louis, Indianapolis, all those areas. That's a short trip for them. So while I'm here on the air, I'll extend the invitation. All Racer fans are invited. Let's bring a lot of Navy and gold to Indianapolis and have a good time with it.
Coach, San Francisco, senior laden team, your team also senior laden, but a lot of times in NCAA tournament games, you're looking for an X factor. A guy like Carter Collins has also played the NCAA tournament. How big of an impact do you think he can make in a first-round game like this?
We'll find out on Thursday. I mean, I think he could make a great impact. He's impacted our team all season long. I know we've talked before, Ed. We thought initially maybe from more of a scoring standpoint, but what he's done has been an elite defender. I think he had 8 turnovers in like our last 25 games, so he doesn't make many mistakes. He makes the people around him better. He's an unbelievable teammate, and all he wants to do is win. So I expect him to have a huge impact on Thursday.
Follow up on that. San Francisco is led by a terrific point guard. Murray State University understands what it takes. Point guard drives the offense here. Does that play a factor in trying to defend a point guard? They're driven by, I think it's pronounced Bouillat, or Bouillat. He's really good.
Yeah, I think point guard play is very important, especially in March. So that'll be a key matchup. Without having the opportunity to study much film yet, just going off kind of the numbers and what I've seen here and there on the midnight game on ESPN this year, I know they're a very, very good basketball team, very deserving of their at-large bid, and they have great players. You mentioned their experience level, which is obviously important. But at the end of the day, we can sit here and try and break it down all we want. We got to get prepared and go see what happens on Thursday.